The farmer leaned against the rail of the scaffold. His slit down to his face was level with mine. His teeth were yellow-green and his breath smelled of old onions. He wrapped a dirty hand around my shoulder. "Here, son, let me tell you about the time Dick Turpin robbed a robber," he said. I nodded and said nothing. "Dick Turpin was a poor lad like you," the farmer said. "The rich folk don't care about us. They give us nothing. If we want money, we have to work from dawn till dusk. We have to break our backs for pennies. Or steal it like Turpin," I said. The farmer nodded. "He was a poor butcher boy in London, you know," he asked. I had seen the butcher's shop in the Shambles, a narrow street in York. The butchers killed cattle at the back of the street and put the meat in the shop at the front. The smell of blood filled your head when you walked down there. "A dirty job," I said. "Dick decided to make a little extra money," the farmer said. "He stole some sheep and cattle. He cut them up and sold the meat. He was only trying to make some money to live." The teacher tapped the farmer on the shoulder. "Excuse me, but you look like a farmer," he said. The farmer peered at him. "I am," he said. 20,050 sheep." "You will not be happy if Turpin stole your animals," the teacher sniffed. "That is different," the farmer said. "Now take your sharp and pointy nose and stick it in someone else's business." I was telling the lad about Turpin. The teacher gave the farmer a hard stare and began to read a book. "Don't ask me what it was. I never learned to read." The farmer turned back to me. "Well, after that, Dick Turpin turned to highway robbery. He got himself a pistol and hid it in the trees by the Radcliffe Highway. He didn't have to wait long before a stranger rode along. Turpin jumped out in front of him and waved the pistol. 'Stand and deliver,' he cried." "Deliver what?" I asked. The farmer frowned. "I don't know. Deliver his money, I guess. It is what highwaymen always say. Now do you want to hear this story or not?" "Yes, sir." "Then shut up," he said. "Where was I?" "Stand and deliver," I said. "Ah, yes. Stand and deliver." The man on the horse handed over a purse. Then Turpin said, "Give me that gold ring." The man on the horse said, "It is my wedding ring. My wife will be upset if I lose it." Turpin wouldn't care, the lady in green satin muttered. But Turpin did care. The farmer chuckled. He asked what he could do, and that's when his victim said, "Fire your pistol at me." The man wanted Turpin to shoot him. I gasped and hopped from one cold foot to the other. The farmer smiled. He wanted Turpin to put a bullet through his cloak. He wanted it to look as if he'd been in a fight and hadn't just handed over his wedding ring without a struggle. "And did Turpin do it?" I asked. "He did." "What happened then?" I asked. The man said, "Now put a shot through my head, please." And Turpin said, "I don't have a shot left in my pistol. I just fired it." That's when the man drew a gun and pointed it at Turpin. "Ah, but I have a shot in my pistol," he said. "I will shoot you if you don't hand me my purse and ring," the farmer said. I laughed. Turpin was tricked. Did the law get him? The farmer shook his head. "That's the best part of the story. It seems that the man he'd stopped was Matthew King, the famous highwayman." "Turpin tried to rob another highwayman?" I asked. "He did. Of course, after that the two men became great friends, and they were the terrors of Epping Forest." "Robbing the rich," I said, "just like Robin Hood. Turpin was a real hero then." The lady in the green satin dress grabbed my arm and shook me. "He was a villain," she said. "Don't believe the fool's tales. He was the most cruel man to ride the roads of Aix." of Essex. He was a hero, the farmer shouted. The woman leaned forward till her nose was close to his. It is easy for you to say. You have just heard the stories. You don't know his victims. The farmer spat. Oh, and you do, eh? He said with a sneer. I do, the woman said. And who were they then? I asked. Me, she said. She spoke to me but kept her eyes on the farmer's face. Turpin and his gang robbed me.